Bitcoin Hoodie Guy come back here with another Kaspa video.
Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button.
All right, thanks for that, Mike. Well, you can see hash rate 1.29 exahash. It's actually trending down a little bit the last couple weeks, but that fluctuates. You can see there's been lots of fluctuations. You can see there back in November that it fluctuated down, up. Overall, you can see that it's going up, but it has tailed down a little bit here at the end. Kaspa market dominance is down about 0.5% the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is basically even, but up slightly, up at 58%. So in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about The Psychology of Money. It's a good book. I'd recommend it. Maybe you've already read or listened to it. And we're going to be talking about Ronald Read versus Richard Frascone, and it's an interesting takeaway. There's more than the book, but that's what we're just going to be focusing on today's video. Ronald Read was just a gas station attendant, mechanic, retired from that, and then he was just a part-time janitor at JCPenney, and very frugal, and he just invested in blue chip stocks, and no one knew that he was rich. And when he died, he had $8 million that he give to the library, to the hospital, I think some of his stepkids. And so it's interesting because then you have Richard Frascone, who the book highlights as someone that was Harvard graduate, well, I don't know if he was Goldman Sachs, but Merrill Lynch. He was a former top executive at Merrill Lynch, and he just lived beyond his means, had to declare bankruptcy in 2000, and then in 2008, the financial crisis completely devastated him. He had no income coming in. It just shows that how many different fields would you expect someone with no education, as being a doctor, to be able to do heart surgery or brain surgery or plastic surgery? Would you expect someone with no experience just to be a great carpenter? And so it shows that he gained experience, but it was pretty simple. He just invested and was patient over a long period of time. And then you have someone else that was making more money, but was living beyond their means. So it seems like two of the important takeaways is patience and longevity in your investing. If you look at Warren Buffett, if he had started investing later in his life and retired, he wouldn't have as much money. A lot of his money came at the last stages and is because of his longevity. So too, I think it's good. In general, that's why I don't like leverage, because I think that if the market goes down, you can get wrecked pretty good. And, I think it's good to point out your goals, especially this time when market's down. And, sometimes you're just not even really worth looking at the chart if you're not planning on selling. And I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. So it's good to think about your strategies and your goals. And so I think in general, if you're spending less money than you make and then you're not using leverage, and you should be pretty good over a longer period of time, you'll come out a winner. Someone's first cycle, if they don't have a ton of money, it's really hard to get a lot of money. Your second, third cycles, you start having a better chance of really getting a larger bag. And it just depends on what your goals are. And so I've kind of been defining my goals of what I want to do in real life with the money I make from this cycle, and then position myself to have good chance to have success in the next cycle as well. And it's going to be an exciting year. But I think if you haven't heard of this story of Ronald Read and then also Richard Frascone or The Psychology of Money, they're pretty good and worth checking out. And it's something fun on these days where the market's going sideways or down, and we're probably months away from where you're even thinking about taking profit. And those times are good for just getting your overall plan, your psychology, because basically it really comes down to emotions. Ronald Read was frugal. He wasn't spending as much money as he made, and he wasn't trying to be the richest person in the world. He was just buying blue chip stocks, and it was kind of boring. And the other guy was doing a lot more flashier stuff. And another interesting point of The Psychology of Money is some people never have enough, so they keep trying to make more and more money, and then it can lead to their downfall sometimes. So whatever, we all have different goals. We all have different places of the world we live, different family structures, different amounts of money that we would feel comfortable having changed our lives. Someone in a smaller, less developed country, maybe $100,000 or $50,000 or $20,000 completely changes their life. Someone in the United States, they might need like $1 million, and that's all we got to figure out for ourselves. So that's all I got for today. Just a quick little video. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.